All right.
There we go.
And my battery's dead. All right, I'll just talk loud. Call to order the Lapel Town Council, regularly scheduled meeting for June 18th, 2026 at 7 p.m. at the Lions Club. At this time, I ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call.
Chad Blake,
Present in person.
Lindsay Washmut,
Here in person.
Christy Worthman.
Present electronically.
All right. Before we get started here, we do have to amend the agenda for tonight. So the first thing is we will be replacing the public comment and concern section with the continuation of the public hearing on the water rate from last night. The next item is in new business. We will be removing item C, as we do not have our financial advisor with us tonight, and we will be removing item E, professional service contract, just because of the only having two people here physically in person. So we will table those to the next meeting. And as we do not have three people present in person, we will not be able to vote tonight on the water rate increase. That will have to be tabled to either a special meeting or our next meeting, because open door laws require that you have anyone voting on an ordinance like that has to be in person. The digital vote does not count. But for any other minor business, Christy, who is under the weather, can still vote electronically. So at this time, I would make a motion to amend the agenda as discussed.
Second.
Chad,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Christy.
Yes.
There we go. Okay, at this time, we will close the regular scheduled meeting and we will reopen our public hearing on the water rate study that was stopped last night due to the inclement weather. Anyone that would like to speak, please come up to the podium, state your name and any concerns. Real quick point of order on this, anyone that was here for last night's meeting, we did have about an hour and a half worth of meeting. We would like to leave this time open to those that were not present yesterday. So if you were here yesterday and got to speak yesterday, we ask that anyone else have the opportunity to speak first, as we still do have to complete our regular business today. All right. Get rid of batteries. All right. Anyone that would like to speak, come on up to the podium. And if we're lucky, hit the button and the green light should come on. Press and hold. There you go.
Oh, right there, great, cool. Well, my name is Amy Egley. I am a resident of Lapel. And I want to preface this by saying that please understand that I am not coming at anyone on this council or town. However, the news article that just broke about the mismanagement of funds probably shouldn't have broke before I came to speak, because I have a lot of questions. Unfortunately, my great aunt, Olivia Cascadden, and Earl Singer passed away in 2015. At that time, they left the town $2.5 million. That was put into a foundational trust, which is managed by a wonderful foundation. My questions and concerns come after that, when it is allocated to you on the even years and the school on the odd. I'm very well aware of what the school is doing with their money. I'm not so sure about what the town has been doing with those allocations. And so I will be by tomorrow with an official letter from my father, David Egley, who is their nephew, as well as myself, and fill out any necessary paperwork. But from the moment that that fund was started up until present, I am asking for full transparency of records, where that money was deposited, how that money has been allocated, how it has been spent, and if it was spent according to the will, which I have. So I do want to make that official request, and I bring that up very specifically because I think it does very much tie into the town asking us as residents to absorb financial mismanagement. I'm sorry. And I think that it is wrong for you to put such a firm increase in place without full transparency. I'm sorry. So it's my recommendation that you start looking at the town as a business. I'm a businesswoman. I work in construction. I understand that plans fall to the side. The water project, crazy show. I understand that's not your fault, but it's not our fault either. There are people here who live on very fixed incomes, and it doesn't matter if that fixed income is $8,000 a month or $2,500. They can't afford that kind of rate increase, and they really, really cannot afford that type of increase if it does stem back to something that was mismanaged. And so I am asking, not just on my behalf, but a lot of residents' behalf, for full transparency when it comes to financial records and how we got here. Because I do not believe, from a financial perspective, we would have gotten here and been in this position if things had been managed appropriately. That's it. Thank you.
And just to address your concern, there was no mismanagement of funds. This was an error when a new meter was entered in 2020, that it had different programming instructions than every other meter that we had. Instead of the number being added to the end, the number was supposed to be added to the beginning. That error in 2020, that was done by people that are no longer part of the town, created this issue.
It's not okay.
I'm not shifting the blame, I'm
No,
explaining.
you are. You're not taking accountability. You are the president of the town council, which means that you are the head essentially of this town, which means you are responsible for the things that take place in this town. And I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, Chad. I'm not. I'm coming to you straight business to business. You would be fired 10 years ago if this is how you were acting in my company. So I have very solid concerns, and so does everyone in this town. We are not being represented correctly at all. And so I will be by again tomorrow to request all of those records dating back to 2015. Your lawyer's here, let me know, we've got one on retainer, if I need to get them involved, that's fine. But I don't think it needs to go that far. I think the simple request from myself and the people of this town is transparency, accountability, and start being honest and put things out there. Don't put us at risk, and don't put us to absorb other people's mishandling or mistakes, because that's what they were at the end of the day. That was 2020, we are 6 years forward, Chad. I'm sorry, no excuses. Have a nice evening.
As was stated in last night's meeting, as well, no part of the rate increase is to replenish or replace funds from the customer that had the overbilling. This is simply what is required by law, by municipal utility, to ensure that we can meet the funding requirements that are required for our bonds and debt service for the utility. Just to make sure that's clear. Amy, just note, tomorrow is a Juneteenth holiday, town hall will be closed, so Monday.
Fine.
All right. All right, anyone else like to come up and speak? Again, just please state your name, don't need your address.
Jack Bays,
speaking. I was wondering about, so you guys had a meter issue there. Let's just say there aren't meter issues in every other meter that's in town. Do they often go through and reset each meter, or is it just unless there's a problem?
Teresa, do you want to explain how the meter review process that you've been through?
Well,
I can explain that.
go ahead.
Yeah, Brockway, so Brockway uses so much water as a giant meter, right? So Brockway reads in like hundreds or thousands of gallons, right? It's completely different than what a residential meter is. A residential meter, when I go get your reading and it sends it back, that's what the reading is. When we get into bigger meters, we gotta add zeros and then subtract zeros, or there's just different math that the computer system should do. But we have, since it was a newer meter, we have to put that system in. Does that make sense? A residential meter is completely different
The
than what you
unit
get.
system was different from the other ones?
Yeah, completely different.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the other question I would have for you then is, how many large scale meters do we have in the town that might be set up for said problems?
Two,
Just two?
I think so, yeah.
yeah, two big meters, yeah.
And the other one has been reviewed.
But if you ever think that yours is being misread, we can come out and check it. Well, not me, Brandon.
Yeah, residential meters, easy, I can come check it.
Right.
Anytime you need, yeah, that's fine.
And a review was done after the concern came up that, and between our financial advisor and our clerk treasurer, they did go through and review other meters, go out and do testing and make sure that there weren't any other issues found anywhere else.
That's it.
All right, thank you. I am just the battery destroyer tonight. That is impressive. Lindsay keeps changing well. All right, anyone else like to come up and speak for the water rate public hearing? Okay, at this time I will close the public hearing and resume our regularly scheduled meeting. Yes, ma'am.
Brianna Davis sent a revised letter. Can somebody read that before you close the meeting, the public hearing?
Yep, give me just a minute here. All right. Here we go. Complete with that. Okay, so, yes, scroll up to find it. So there was a letter, that was sent to us and read at last night's public hearing. And again, in response to the article that went live in the Herald Bulletin, Ms. Davis revised her letter to us and would like that read. Okay. Dear members of the town council, I am writing to formally object to the proposed water rate increase currently under consideration by the town of Lapel. I understand that the town has indicated that this proposed increase is not intended to fund new infrastructure improvements, but rather address the missed billing issue and a rate study error dating back to 2021. If that is the case, my concerns are even greater. Residents should not be expected to bear the financial burden of correcting mistakes they did not create. Before any rate increase is approved, the town should provide a full public explanation and the nature of the alleged misbilling error and rate study error, including how errors occurred, how long they existed, the financial impact of those errors, and why residents are now being asked to absorb the costs associated with correcting them. For years, many residents have experienced concerns regarding the quality, appearance, and reliability of Lapel's water system. I know this firsthand because I have been one of those residents. When I first began reporting concerns nearly 2 years ago, I was told by IDEM that I was the only person complaining. Since that time, I have spent countless hours documenting water quality issues, gathering records, and communicating with agencies, speaking with residents, and bringing public attention to concerns affecting our community. As a result, many residents already feel they have paid a price through the years of frustration, inconvenience, and diminished confidence in the water system. Asking those same residents to now pay higher rates because of errors made by the town or its consultants is difficult to justify without a thorough public accounting and consideration of alternatives. I appreciate the town's acknowledgement that the infrastructure improvements are being delayed until this matter is resolved. However, that fact does not answer a fundamental question of why ratepayers should bear the consequences of a mistake they did not make. Accordingly, I respectfully request that the town delay approval of any rate increase until, one, a complete public explanation of the 2021 misbilling error and rate study error is provided. Two, the town discloses total financial impact of those errors and how the proposed rate increase was calculated. Three, alternative methods of addressing the shortfall have been evaluated and publicly discussed, including but not limited to grant opportunities, such as those in discussions with the town manager. Residents are given sufficient opportunity to review the supporting documentation and provide meaningful public comment. Transparency and accountability are essential when asking the residents to pay more for service before any increase is imposed. The public deserves a clear understanding of what occurred, how it occurred, and why a rate increase is the most appropriate solution. Thank you for your consideration. Respectfully, Randy Davis, Lapel resident. And again, in response to that letter, the rates of every citizen that has been a customer of Lapel Water has been subsidized for the last 6 years by Brockway. The rate study is done based on the cost of running the utility, maintaining the utility, and then the amount of receipts from the customers in the town. With the incorrect billing for that customer, it inflated the dollar amount of receivables to pay the bills, resulting in a lower overall rate for every customer. Correcting this to where that customer is no longer being overcharged does not mean that our debt requirements, the payments for existing bonds, goes away or changes. There is no grant to make up for the shortfall that we will experience by correcting their bill. Their bill has already been corrected as required. So the increase that we are experiencing at this time, had it been discovered in 2021 by the company that did the rate study at that time, this increase would have gone in effect at that time, or to a very similar rate. For information that doesn't help the situation, but as we go through and apply for grants for utilities, the state has a requirement that gives us, they have a minimum billing amount that they like to see before they will give assistance to a utility. That amount is minimum bill of $75 a month. With this rate increase, we will still be $3 under their minimum requirement. That would help us get more grants to fund improvements in the system. Neighboring communities have rates $30 a month higher than us. We are suffering from, as a result of this, decades of poor management of the water utility that didn't account for improvements that have been needed over the last 20 to 30 years. Our system as a whole is 60 to 80 years old. We don't have a magic wand to wave to make the repairs and upgrades. Any municipal utility, every repair, every improvement is ratepayer funded. We're not a massive corporation like Indiana American Water that has thousands upon thousands of customers spread out over dozens of counties to absorb their cost. Our customers in Lapel will bear the brunt of the improvement to the system. So we don't like it any more than any of you do, but we have a legal obligation to fund and be able to honor the debt that we have. And as a result, we still have to maintain the level of revenue required to operate the water utility.
Hey, Chad,
Yes, ma'am.
may I say something real quick?
Sure.
Well, For one, I want to say thank you to every single person who took the time to write a letter, to come out yesterday, to come out today and speak, and to try to understand what caused this problem. We are in this together. The people that will be voting on whether or not this rate increase happens are also ratepayers. We're your neighbors. We understand how painful this is. It's painful for us also. We are working on trying to find some resources to be able to offer any resource we can to help people to adjust to the new rate. We are attempting to be as transparent as possible. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Teresa, I think in the last town hall meeting, we said copies of the full rate study were available at town hall if anyone wanted a copy, so that you can see in detail how we came up with the calculations. No one's trying to not be transparent or accountable here. At the end of the day, this is how much it's going to cost each of us to continue to have clean water, for us to continue to be able to provide clean, safe water. We hate this. We don't want to do this either. We don't. And I'm just really, really thankful for the people who spoke up, who spoke out, and who gave your time tonight. Thank you.
And I will say, there's no way those batteries died already. I do want to appreciate Amy coming in and being very, very polite. To say that there have been people that have been less than polite, downright hateful and rude to us over this situation for the last few weeks would be an understatement. It's very hard to come before and still try to have passion for, to love this town, to fight for it the way that we've been treated for the last couple of weeks. So I do want to appreciate you for being respectful. Thank you. All right. If there's nothing else, we'll go ahead and resume the regularly scheduled meeting. All right. Very good. Okay, so with our adjustments to the agenda, the next item up will be a presentation from State Bank. Come on up, state your name, and cover your proposal.
I'm sorry, I turned it off.
Here you go.
Is it working now? All right. Hi, I'm Nick Bontrager. I'm a Senior Vice President. I run the branch network for State Bank. First of all, we're super excited about what's happening here in town and what we're going to be a part of. We do apologize. It's taking us longer to get this thing open than what we were hoping, but it is an old historical building, so there's some things that we have to work around and make happen. So sorry for all the construction and all that stuff, but we are getting close. What's interesting is actually on my way to the meeting tonight, some of our timeline has changed a bit. So I was just going to share real quick where we're at as far as when we're going to get this thing open. And so right now we're hoping to get the certificate of occupancy on the 30th of June. So that's not too far out. With that, then July 1st is when the movers would come in with all the furniture and everything to start to get our employees in there. And then we're hoping to have a soft open then on July 6th. And then we actually have our grand opening planned during the village fair that's happening downtown. We're so excited to be a part of that. Hard to believe it's 250 years and 150 years, 250 years for the country, 150 years for Lapel. So we want to be a part of that, and we're excited about that weekend to where our doors will be fully open and kind of celebrate our grand opening. And then we're hoping to come back too with some of our board of directors. We're actually having our next board meeting here in Lapel for all of our board of directors on the 22nd, and then we'll all do an official ribbon cutting that evening as well. So that's the current timeline for us. And hopefully as you're driving up and down the street, you kind of see the progress that we're making. So we're really excited to be here. I also wanted to thank the town as well, because we also are doing what we call a tribute wall inside the building. The one wall is going to have pictures of Madison County and Lapel that we have borrowed, and we'll also then kind of rotate those around. So I hope whether you're at the fair, walking the streets, you can come in, check it out, or just come in sometime and see what's going on there. Really appreciate the partnership with the town on that. Again, we're coming into this wanting to be a huge part of this community. We're here for a reason. We want to help this place continue to thrive and grow. And so we're excited about that. From the proposal perspective, we had come to the town and talked a little bit about the pocket park that is directly north of our facility. and our interest in partnering with the Parks Department, kind of taking over that park, renaming it State Bank Park. And I don't know, do they have a copy of what you put together? Okay. And so I'm just here to say that's something that we really want to do and be a part of, and kind of make that a little less of a ownership on the town to handle and take care of, and we would take over the maintenance of that park. So I asked the council for consideration for that as well. Happy to answer any questions or give any feedback.
So you're just, you'll just do all the care for the park and any upgrade? I mean, I'm just, we usually don't have people just come and say, hey, we're gonna take care of that for you.
So I think if you look at the agreement that you got, in full disclosure, the agreement that is in the proposal that's in your hands right now, I also got on my way over here. We've been working on this the last couple of weeks. And so it's all then going to go to the Parks Department to kind of come through the maintenance agreement of that park. We don't want to go in there and do just whatever, right? We want to make sure that it fits with what the Parks Department is doing. But the whole idea is to reinvest over there. We also have in that proposal kind of redoing and kind of celebration of the 150th year as well as the 250th for the country, that we were going to upgrade the flag system there, which is a part of what we wanted to do. We were trying to find a place on our property for a flag, but it kind of comes at right there by the stop sign, right at their intersection. It just didn't really work the way we wanted it. So this is a way for us to kind of beautify the park, also upgrade the flag system and honor what's going on with that. So
just to add in here, just some more context to that, that's what the resolution 2026-11 is the subject matter. That resolution will grant either Chad or our town manager the authority to enter into this partnership agreement that he's talking about. We've looked it over, it's legal, drafted it. Looks like a fantastic opportunity for the town.
And any action we take on that tonight is obviously pending approval by the Parks Board.
That's correct. There's a maintenance side that agreement doesn't have yet that we are looking forward to the Parks Department and State Bank working together to come up with what that maintenance plan actually entails so that there aren't any issues in the future. And once we have that ironed out by the Parks Department, then we'll be good to go into that partnership agreement.
and we have representatives from the bank coming to the Parks Department meeting next Thursday as well. We're gonna talk through that. I think at the end of the day, I just wanted to reaffirm our commitment. This is also showing that we're here for a reason. We want to stay and help grow with Lapel.
Okay. Any questions? Christie, any questions?
I just want to clarify what William said. So when we say this would be contingent upon Parks Department approval, are you saying Parks Department approval of the entire proposal or Parks Department approval of whatever the maintenance terms are?
Whatever the maintenance parts are, of course, anything could be amended. Like I said, this resolution is just granting either the town council president or town manager the authority to sign off on it. So if they're part of the larger partnership agreement, not the maintenance section specifically that need to be altered or changed, we'll of course discuss that, but it will all be subject to the Parks Department, and they don't need their go ahead before we can move ahead.
Okay, does the representative from State Bank anticipate this impacting any of the things we currently do with that park, like the Christmas lights or the Christmas in Lapel or any of that?
No. not at
Village
all.
Fair, Beer Fest, nothing.
We want it to be used. I mean, the reason you have a park is for it to be used. It's not something that we're gonna put our name on it and then say, don't do anything. We want people there. We want people to use it. And all that part is also kind of through the maintenance agreement to make sure we understand what are the things that happen there that we need to make sure we're prepared for from a power perspective, all that kind of stuff, right? And so I think that's the important aspect of this that has to be worked out. Everything else around our, we're doing a contribution to the Parks Department as part of this, a $5,000 gift to the Parks Department. We don't own the park. We just want to be able to partner with it and be able to have State Bank Park in this town. And then the use of it is for the community, not for State Bank.
Yeah, I'm just gonna point out, it's a very specific thing. Is it that nativity is usually set up there during Christmas? I don't know. Like live nativity is so key. Just so that you're aware that will happen.
Got it. And again, Parks Department, working with them, to have all that list and calendar of stuff to make sure that we're doing what we need to.
I have a question. I know I can. Are you planning on doing anything with the Bulldog?
Well, the answer is we are gonna honor the Bulldog. How we redo the flag display, we're not trying to take something away, we would only wanna add to it, so, no, we will not be messing with the Bulldog.
Okay.
That was one of the first
Good
questions.
point.
Now, to say that it might not get moved slightly or something, that's the stuff we'll have to work out with the parks, folks around, hey, this is what we think we wanna do with the flag display, and making sure that it honors everything that it needs to honor, and if that means shifting some things around, but the Bulldog will be there.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. When we get to our new business section, we'll discuss that resolution.
Awesome, thank you so much, look forward to being here.
All right. Thank you for coming to town.
Yes.
All right. Next, banning, task order for community crossing matching grant program.
I got hold of the file.
There you go.
I listened all night and I didn't pay attention. I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm Jeff Henson with Banning Engineering. I work out of our office in downtown Pendleton. An old guy kind of starting to retire, so I have been the vice president of operations. My retirement deal is to be the manager of the office in Pendleton. So I've been working there for 4 years. So we had a contract. I came here last time. We had an on-call services agreement with the town to be able to do different things whenever they popped up through task orders to do different type of, and most of it was, I think, street related. And the task order we have now is to assist the town with their community crossing grant application and the design of the roads that would be submitted to get approved, and to develop the actual plans when that happens. So we've done this quite a bit. Probably our biggest customer is the town of Mooresville. We've done it with the small town of Riley over by Terre Haute. And through the process, they had enough cash because they sold their water utility then, and they had cash to be able to do all the roads in town. So so we've done that. It's an 80-20 match. That you would match 20%, the state would give you 80%. This has been a program that's been around for a good while. It's been very, very popular. We're just here to present this. It's 4 parts that we would start out by going through the PACER ratings that as I understand it, you guys already have, that we would put those in a GIS format, which would allow us to make sure the roads were rated and color coordinated, so you can look at the map and easily see which ones were the ones that were in the worst condition. From that, assist you with the application process with the state. Then from there, it would be deciding exactly what to go forward with and doing the construction plans. Then there's a public bidding process. And then after that, it would be the construction admin after a contractor is selected to do the roads. And so it's broken down in 4 different parts. The total of the proposal is $39,800. And I guess that's it.
Do you have and I'm asking for your best guesstimate. What's an average mile of paving costing these days?
Oh, wow. I'm a CPA, not an engineer. I just manage engineers. But
Well, how many miles have you paid for, Mr. C?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact number, but maybe my other friend engineer here, Dan Cutshaw, may know that number.
A million a mile,
Million a mile?
depends on the width.
Million a mile.
Million a mile. Always heard that.
Yeah.
I'm not a road engineer, I'm
Not that kind of engineer.
just a utility engineer.
And Dan, when you say the number, is that a total new construction, or is that just like an overlay? Or?
That's a total new construction.
Okay,
Overlay is much cheaper.
right. Which is what a lot of the communities we have worked with have done, such as Mooresville and the town of Riley. So this contract is, basically just to help you guys get things put together, make an application, and, as the process goes through, on some of the pieces, if, you weren't awarded any money, obviously, some of the numbers at the very end would not occur, and you wouldn't be paying those amounts.
So right now, and Madam Clerk Treasurer, if you could, remind me, payroll comes out of local road and street, correct? No?
It comes out of MVH,
Restricted,
unrestricted.
unrestricted. So, I'm looking at the fund report right now, so, we currently have in our restricted fund, which is what's used for paving, $148,000. So
We can't, I don't believe you can use unrestricted to, or I don't believe you can use restricted to pay for.
for the engineering.
Yeah.
So, what I was getting at is, let's just say best case scenario, it's $300,000 a mile for paving. I think we can get us across the street with our current fund, less any grant work. So, I think right now, until we can figure out, exactly what our feasible budget is, I think we probably need to table this one until we do a little more research on our funding availability to make sure that we're not trying to do a $39,000 engineering project when we can only pave about 14 feet.
And I'll make sure that, one of our two engineers, either Mark or Pete, are here next time. Mark's at a church camp and Pete's on the beach in Florida, unfortunately. So I
Oh,
was
that's-
local,
that's
so
gotta
I
be rough.
was brought here tonight.
Yeah, if we can get an idea of what's the current, average for either a full depth reclamation or something like that, so that we can at least get an idea, because then that might change the scope of how much you guys are working on and change the plan.
Yeah. So I'll get with those guys and have them put together like a summary of some data and information and get it to you guys well ahead of your next meeting so that you can go over it at that time
Perfect.
and have one of them here.
We appreciate you being here. Always good seeing you.
What is the timeline? Is there a timeline that he's up against on this?
So the round 2 typically comes in the fall for CCMG. We've already missed round 1, correct?
It closes on September 30th, so it's next round.
So yeah, we still have time
We
to
have time to do it.
get it taken care of. Jenny, yes.
Thank you. So I understand your concern. There are various levels of work we could seek Banning to help us with. We could even tell them, we only want to do mill and overlay, or we want crack seal and chip seal only. But what would be really helpful if you would be amenable to it is the first item, which would be the scoping and road pavement management plan. That's where they go through and help us determine where those opportunities are. And that's the first one for 4,200.
So if I understand what you're saying correctly, in other words, they take our PASER rating, enter it into the GIS, and they say, well, you don't have enough to pave, but this, and this maybe qualify for a chip seal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, or we could just work with them and say, we, at this point, believe we could only match for chip seal. How can we maximize our opportunity here? So if we could get that first part done, I think then we could come back next month with some more information that will help.
I could get on board with that.
We could easily break it down into pieces like that, just to go through a first step and then get further along.
Go ahead, Kirsty.
It seems like that would be important information to have as we're heading into budget season too, so we have an idea. I mean, the roads aren't gonna magically get better next year. So if we know where opportunities lie and what the costs are gonna be, at least the starting cost, we have an idea of what we need.
Don't disagree, yeah, because we can chip seal and save a bunch of roads. As much as I hate chip sealing, it does work, so.
Yeah, we've done, even in Martinsville, we've done a number of different things and different roads and different places. And when we worked with the town of Riley, we actually were able to remove some railroad lines that were there that had been abandoned. So they did some various different projects there in the town.
Then I would make a motion to approve, item 1 in the scope, the scoping and road pavement management plan for a fixed fee of $4,200. That was a make the motion.
Second.
All right, we gotta get Christie held up so where you can see her.
Christie,
Yes,
Chad,
Yes,
Lindsay.
Yes.
I will get the agreement modified, tomorrow and get it back to you, Jenny, or Teresa. I'll get it to everybody.
awesome.
Not Dan.
I don't want
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. All right, that is the end of presentations. New business, item A, would be resolution 2026-11 for the State Bank Central Park Partnership Agreement. As described in the presentation, resolution 2026-11 enters the town of Lapel into agreement with State Bank to sponsor and maintain what is currently known as Central Park. Pending the approval of the maintenance agreement with the Lapel Parks Board. I would entertain, yes, ma'am.
wait. No, it needs to be pending approval of the whole thing. The Parks Department should be approving this before we're even voting on it. Given the timeline, I understand why it's in front of us, but it needs to be contingent upon the Parks Department approving all of it, not just the maintenance agreement. Like, we should be telling the Parks Department what they're doing with their parks.
I don't disagree with that necessarily. I think the Parks Department would be the most skilled to handle this, and clearly they would have the jurisdiction, so I don't disagree with that amendment to it.
I'm okay with that. All right, I just moved as it was presented, so, we will, table, resolution 2026. No? Son of a gun, you're killing me.
Vote on it pending the Parks Department's approval.
Of the entire agreement. Okay, I got you, sorry. So, resolution 2026-11, I would entertain a motion to approve, pending the full approval of the Parks Department.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Christie,
Yes,
Chad,
Yes,
Lindsay.
Yes.
there we go. All right. Next item, resolution 2026-12. Let's see, where is it here?
Should be a thick paper.
That's the thick one. Okay. So this is a resolution for the town to accept the dedication of the public infrastructure for Montgomery Farms Phase 4. So anytime a development is done, the developer is responsible for putting in all the roads, drainage, utilities, everything necessary for the infrastructure for their neighborhood. Once that is complete, they then will turn that infrastructure over to the town, and it will be our responsibility to maintain. So what this is a resolution dedicating that infrastructure in Phase 4 of Montgomery Farms to the town, that it will now be our system and our responsibility, and they are done with it. Yes, Brandon?
Have they replaced the missing street signs before we take over this?
Oh, that's a good question.
There was one missing street sign, and Scott Noel with Ron called today and said they had replaced it. And I think that was the last item.
I think that's the only thing I can give out there, the stop sign and street sign that was missing.
Okay, so what I would do then is recommend that we approve this resolution pending the confirmation that the street and stop sign deficiencies have been addressed.
You entertain that.
I was entertaining that
I will
motion.
make that motion.
I will second.
Christie,
yes,
Chad,
Yes.
Lindsay.
Yes.
All right. I'd like the word of mouth, so you can just say, I'm done. Okay, so item C has been tabled until our financial advisor can be here to speak on that. Item D, the ordinance 2026-05, and this is for the readoption of our uniform development ordinance. We will turn the mic over to our planning representative. President Holt. Maybe. There you go.
Hi, good night, everybody. So the plan commission, on the advice of town attorney, recommended earlier this week that the full Unified Development Ordinance be readopted as previously amended. Additionally, the plan commission voted to advance several additional amendments to the Unified Development Ordinance. Several of those amendments are driven by compliance with new state requirements. So that is any of the regulations concerning shooting ranges, the sports retail sporting goods store, as well as the process for use variances, and any changes related to that. In addition, staff noticed some deficiencies throughout the ordinance that we felt this would be a good opportunity to fix pretty quickly. One of those being lack of a defined process for use classifications, which are distinct from use variances and can be processed administratively, which is the process that is proposed here. Additionally, some changes to the processes for subdivisions were recommended as well. Those changes would just make the process easier to administer, easier for staff to administer, as well as easier for applicants to advance the process, and for the process to move more quickly and with less hiccups, confusion around exactly what stage we're in and what needs to happen next. Additionally, there was a change recommended to the building material requirements. This has been a long-standing, staff has mentioned that the requirement to have 50% of exterior facades that face the street be masonry is a really tough standard to meet, and it's one that is becoming a stumbling block for completing the build out for Montgomery Farms and for Brookside Acres. And we also know that it's something that is going to make any housing developers less likely to build in Lapel, because that's a very hard thing to, it's hard to get people to pay for something like that if they don't really want masonry on their house. And so that changes is there as well. And additionally, there were some new exemptions added to the replat or to the subdivision process. These exemptions are intended to make sure that certain kinds of subdivisions or amendments to subdivisions can proceed administratively without the need for a public hearing at the Plan Commission. The reason why you would want some of these exemptions to proceed administratively is for that speed and making sure the process is quick. And so some of those additional exemptions would be for things like if a division of property is ordered by a court, we want that to proceed as quickly as possible. We don't want to tangle that up in the public hearing process. things like right-of-way acquisition or corrections of legal descriptions, as well. So that's a pretty high-level summary of everything that's in here. Oh, and I'll add as well that we, added a few definitions, modified some definitions as well. So the definitions that have been changed or added include applicant, the definition for applicant, definitions for dwelling, manufactured homes type 1 and 2, dwelling mobile home, amenities as related to subdivision regulations, homeowners association, indoor shooting range, lot or property owners association, and retail sporting goods store. Yeah, that's a high level summary of all those changes. I can answer any questions about specific changes or language or anything.
When was our previous UDO adopted?
2015.
2015, okay. And the state blessed us with a bunch of law changes that have forced us to get this updated in a very timely manner. So,
Yes.
very quick, William, this being an ordinance, does it have, are we good to vote with our 2 in-person, 1 digital?
With it being, yes, yeah, sorry, yes. Just,
Money is the only thing.
yeah,
Money
it's
is
not
the-
rate increases,
Rate
sorry.
increases, yeah.
All right, very good. I just want to make sure, you know, because sometimes they have the weird rules on that.
Sure.
And is there, do we have copies of the updated UDO available for anybody that wants to see them at town hall? Or
Yes.
can we get them?
Yes.
Got
I
a
mean,
physical
this-
copy here if you want to read it.
Thi-
Fantastic.
This, exhibit B, which should have been, which is available certainly on the agenda for the plan commission hearing that was on Monday. It should be posted for this agenda as well. So anybody can find that link on the town's website and
Very good.
read through those changes.
Just want to make sure it was available up there. All right. I don't have any questions. Lindsay? No. Christie, any questions?
Nope.
All right. At this time, I will make the motion to approve ordinance 2026-05 to readopt our updated UDO.
Second.
Christie,
Yes.
Chad,
Yes,
Lindsay,
Yes.
very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, next up, E has been tabled and would be on to F next, event permits. We will start with the fireworks permit. We have anybody here to talk about the fireworks permit?
I can if you have questions. but-
All right, yes, we have 3 permits and they're all village fair related. Here, it looks like. I know with our change in fire protection this year, do we know, has Chief Nodine or any of his deputies, have they been contacted and the fire plan been covered with them?
Yes, we have a fire safety plan.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. And then other than that, it's the same plan as previous years that you're aware of? For,
As far as the safety plan or?
between safety plan and just overall event plan, location,
Yes,
timing.
nothing has changed other than like we're doing the celebration for the 150 on this end by the library at the end of Saturday night, so.
Okay.
We are having a petting zoo. I don't think that was added, but it's an enclosed, contained thing that was added after that was put in, but that's pretty much the gist.
Okay. Lindsay, any questions on the fireworks permit?
Nope.
Christie, any questions on the fireworks permit?
No.
All right, Chief. Yes, sir.
I talked to Amanda, we're doing fireworks on Saturday as well, or was that just a change to the overall plan of the village fair?
I know.
Village Fair, fireworks are still just Friday.
Just Friday, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, just
Sorry,
right.
thank you.
Sorry, I was
just
a little
wanted to make
confused by
sure.
your question.
Yeah. Wanted to make sure I had enough people.
I'll make a motion to approve the firework event permit.
I will second. Get ready for Christie here. Christie,
Yes.
Chad, yes.
Lindsay, yes.
All right. Very good. All right, next would be the village fair permit. Any changes this year other than the 150 celebration by the library? No?
The only other change was the parade route going back to the normal route. Cause we were under construction last year.
Yeah, 13
So
was
we
under
cut it
construction,
down.
but
So-
it should be back to the original.
Perfect.
All right. Very good. Questions? Christie, questions?
No.
I'll make a motion to approve the LCA Village Fair event permit.
Williams got it this time. I will second.
Christie?
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Lindsay?
Yes.
All right. William took notes for you. Okay, and next up would be the Optimist Club for the dog jog. Do we have anybody from the Optimist Club here? You're on.
Okay, they told me it's the exact same thing as last year. I think they got Kelly a map again or something. They just said it was the same as last year.
I can go over it when I
Okay,
do mine.
But it's all good from your end for
To my
closures?
knowledge, but yes, everything, there has been no change to the routes. I've already got with utilities. The fire department is going to be notified. They're going to assist with it. So from our aspect, it's the same. We're good.
All right,
They did shorten they were going to shorten the kid run. It's normally a mile. I think they said they were going to shorten it to a half mile. So it's going to take less space, but it's not going to change the
rest.
barricades or anything.
okay. Any questions on the dog jog? Christie?
Are you asking about questions or are you asking about votes?
Questions?
No questions.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the event permit for the Optimist Club dog jog.
Second.
Christie,
Yes.
Chad,
Yes.
Lindsay.
Yes.
All right, as we amended the agenda, we will not be able to do any vote on their water utility rate tonight. We will be posting, as soon as we can get it scheduled and advertised, a special meeting for the vote on the utility rates. All right, next up, department reports. Chief?
Okay, so, real quick, go over the parade. Yes, we got with the dog, we're gonna have the road shut down. Mrs. Sears is gonna get the fire department. We usually shut down, they shut down one road, police department shuts down another. Barricades will be set up, already got the utilities. We're already on schedule for that. We will be putting in another request for the EMA for the fireworks, since now I have the dates and everything. But like last year, I think we had 2, maybe 3 additional. We do have some officers that are on vacation during that time, so I will be 1 or 2 officers down, but we'll still make it work. The other thing I had is I wasn't able to make an RDC meeting tonight, but we are moving forward. We've got the contractor set. So again, I just want to appreciate and thank you to the RDC. The dumpster's in place. If you drive by, you can see the dumpster out. Contractors start doing some of the repairs on the 29th of this month. So we're moving forward.
Very good.
One of the other things that Ms. Paddock had requested, that will not need a permit, is on the July 4th, they're going to do their little
parade with the bicycles when it gets through Brookside in that area there. Or nothing there. As far as the village fair parade itself, we have been approved for NDOT for our permit, so yes, we are back to the regular route. As far as I know, unless Connie changes anything, we're going back to our regular route. Permit's already in, been approved. Like a side note, we also got approved for the high school, would like to do their homecoming parade. Again, we did it last year. We had to kind of break up the parade because we didn't have the permit to stop the traffic. We got that approved. They're back there in person. With that being said, we did have an uptick in, the weather's getting warmer, concerts are starting, so we did have an uptick in some OWIs. One of the things that, if you look at our report, we did have some agency assist with, unfortunately, some suicide attempts and suicides. So just know that it's not all coming from our town. We may have had one or two that calls like that in our town, but we had to assist some other agencies that weren't in the area or weren't able to respond. We had 427 calls for service. Year to date, I just do that on there, 2165. Again, criminal charges filed. We did have an uptick in criminal charges filed. We had 30. We had 33 written traffic citations, 14 written warnings. Not all warnings are written. Usually when they're fairly severe, we like to give a written warning. Then investigative reports taken, we had 13. Other than that, we still have Mr. Lee in the academy, doing well. He's this is his 7th week, so he's almost halfway through. So we'll go from there. Other than that, I think that answered all the questions about the village fair, the route, and did I miss anything that was asked? Well, any questions?
Can we get an update on where we are in the codification? Please?
They have not, they've not emailed me that it's been out of the queue or anything. I haven't heard anything from them. I can reach out to them again. I did last month and they just told me it's in the queue, whatever that means.
All right, thank you.
One quick note for the PD, just so that the rest of the council is aware. We did have one of our vehicles, blow a head gasket, and basically the motor on it is shot. It was our oldest vehicle, 2017. So as it stands right now, we haven't decided what we're doing with it, because the cost to repair is greater than what the vehicle would be worth. So we did pay off one of our other vehicles this past month. So right now we're okay, and once we get through budget season, we will figure out what happens next. So.
Just for a little additional info, it was a 2017 Explorer. If you remember back when we got rid of the Durango, that was the vehicle that was scheduled to be sold, but because of the issues and the problems we had with the Durango, we sold the Durango early and basically decided that the 17, we honestly would keep it until basically the wheels fell off, which unfortunately it has.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
So, yep, just for information. Thank you, sir. All right, planning update. Christy, do you have anything to talk about? Otherwise, looks like we have someone filling in for you.
Yeah, Marcellus, if you don't mind, I don't have a lot of air.
Yeah, so, Plan Commission, instead of having our regular meeting on last Thursday, we had a special meeting on Monday. And it was at that meeting that we had our public hearing for the UDO readoption and amendments that were just passed. Additionally, I reported out on some administrative approvals that I carried out concerning use classifications, as well as a plat that is currently under review, or a replat, excuse me, that's currently under review. And lastly, I just wanted to report out also that One of the other requirements that the state has issued is that all local government units in the state of Indiana hold a public hearing to discuss making updates to the zoning regulations that control the construction of housing. So that would be our R1, R2, R3 districts, as well as ag, since housing is allowed in ag. The plan currently is to have that public hearing at the July Plan Commission meeting. And at that public hearing, like I said, the Plan Commission with input from any residents who attend will be discussing what changes they want to make, what standard they want to revise, if there's new standards they want to add, if there's new standards they want to delete. And like I said, that will basically relate to all things housing. And then throughout the rest of the year, we'll be picking up any of those issues that do get decided upon at that public hearing. So there'll be more amendments to come to the UDO.
So an example of that would be like, I think right now in ag, if you build a house that's 720 square feet, it has to be full brick.
Yes.
So if we wanted to change that to where it was a quarter brick on the facade, it would have to go through a public hearing
Yes.
before that could be, okay, very good. All right, thank you. Anybody have any questions? Marcellus? No? Thank you, sir. Utilities, Mr. Brandon.
All right, first off, I'm not sure what the pump quote is under me. I've got a quote for water meters. I don't know if you guys have that in front of you. I brought hard copies in case you guys wanted to.
Oh, it might be the codification of my emergency declaration for the sewer pump.
Okay, so first off, I've got a quote to buy another skid of meters, just like we do every year. It gets us 144 meters. I think the price kind of went down. We're at 43,200 for a skid.
Oh, that is down.
And we get a discount, and he said, there's no lead time on it. We can get them as soon as we place the order. So that's the first thing I had.
I think we asked this before. You know, off the top of your head, how many meters we currently have that need replaced to be updated?
370.
Okay.
We're getting close. We're getting real close.
And we have the money for this from the meter deposits and other things that we use for the replacements.
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody on the council have questions on the meter quote? All right, I would entertain a motion to approve the purchase of one pallet of meters for the total amount of $43,200.
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
Second.
Oh, we're giving it to,
We're giving it to Christie.
we're giving it to Christie. She,
Christie,
Yes.
Chad,
yes,
Lindsay.
Yes.
all right.
All right. Next thing, Citizens has requested to do some sort of like either a special public meeting for like a Q&A, before they take over in August. I think we're still looking about August. He shot me a couple dates. One of the dates that are available is the July, normal council meeting. We've got the Wednesday before that, or basically the Monday before that, if we wanted to do it separate from the council meeting. Whatever your guys' thoughts are on it. Basically, just to let everybody know that, like, you have questions about where's my bill going, or how are we doing this, or who do I need to call, like, they're gonna have a group of guys here to just answer questions.
I would prefer to do that.
Yeah, at the meeting, I think was the best opportunity.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I can get in touch.
Get folks in
Get in
for
touch
that.
with Ben and let him know. So that's what we want to do. Okay, and then the next thing, our consumer confidence report, or yearly water quality report, should be getting back from the printer. Should be beginning next week, shouldn't it?
All I have to do is go in and pay it tomorrow, and then they're gonna send them out for us on Monday.
Cool.
Or
Yeah.
the 22nd.
Okay, so they'll be getting mailed out here soon, so keep an eye on that. For anybody that doesn't pay their utility bill, like the renters and stuff like that, we'll have copies of them, the town hall that they can grab if they want to grab one that way. The Sewer, relocation on Atlantic Road's been completed. I got the invoice for that. It came in a little bit under what we quoted for.
That's good.
So yeah, that's good. The lift station out at Fishersburg is scheduled to be fixed tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow's gonna be a busy day considering I'm the only one working tomorrow. But, yeah, it's on the schedule for tomorrow. The next question I had is, what do we want to do about the street sweeper for Village Fair? Last year I rented one. I don't have the manpower or the time to rent one this year.
Okay. Was it the previous year we hired a company to come in and do it?
I think Mary did all that. I didn't really. I think it was. Maybe.
Yeah, we determined it was better to rent one and do it ourselves.
Yeah, because I had it for the week. I got a lot of streets done, besides just doing Main Street for the Village Fair.
Can you in your busy schedule reach out to some street sweeping companies and see what it costs to?
Yeah, how would you want it? You want it done like, have them come in before we set up and then maybe like a Saturday night, or do you want it, or like a Friday night and a Sunday morning? Like how many times do you want?
Yeah, before, middle and after.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I'll give it to Teresa Monday and figure out who we hired the last time and just reach out to them and see.
The problem is, can you guys somehow authorize it now? Because we won't have a meeting before.
Depends on the cost.
So can you do a maximum?
Well, we can, within our purchasing policy, unless it is over $5,000 to do 3 street sweepings.
If it's over 5,000, right? We got the wrong company.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would be the only reason, is if it is outside of our purchasing
Yeah,
policy.
I'll touch base with you whenever I get a quote from them.
Yep.
That's fine.
Where does that money come from?
I would have to look and see where I paid it out of. I can do that real quick if you want me to.
I'm just curious, how did we budget for that, or?
Most likely come out of street.
Yeah,
One of the
I
street
think I
accounts.
usually pay it out of the MVH or local road and street. Comes out of one of those.
Okay.
As it is street maintenance.
I will say, if the community association wants to split it with us, I would not be objective.
I could say, let me know when, finish up and I'll talk about the pump.
Oh, yeah. So the next thing I have is Comcast is still in town moving. They've really kicked our butts this week. I think this week alone, we've had 16,000 feet of locates called in. 13,000 of those came in just yesterday. So,
It's a lot of locates.
I've got an issue with, it's almost 7 o'clock, I was coming here for the meeting and they were still outboard over our lines without exposing anything. Nobody's here. What are we gonna do? Yeah. I thought it was in pre-construction meeting stuff that we left at 3:30. I wasn't gonna pay overtime for guys to be here. So I don't know what Banning's role is in this. I haven't seen them at all through this process. I know we paid a lot of money. I don't know what their role is in it. But something, we gotta do something.
Jenny, can you follow up between Banning and Comcast? We really don't need them drilling after hours.
Yeah, I thought we all understood what Brandon was dictating the construction schedule, so I will reach out to Carl right now.
Yeah,
the
sneaking in some work.
supervisor, and let him know what's occurred and.
Yeah, because I think as of right now, this week, we've got 5 bore rigs in town all at once. And it's a lot of jumping around. It's killing us. My guys are tired. Like we're running.
And if we need banding, they will come over, but we don't pay for them when they're not here, so they're not coming and increasing their costs unless we ask them. So we can ask for more support.
Yeah, I just didn't know what their role was. I knew we paid them money to do something, but I didn't know what it was.
Gotcha.
Oh, see, that's not how I understood that. I understood that to be that they were going to do a certain percentage of the crossings, that they were going to be available to do a certain percentage and those would be scheduled. Did everybody else understand that they were only gonna do them, when they were on site, like on Thursdays?
I understood it that our town employees had to be there 100% of the time. they were
Yeah,
there.
that's the one part. And then Banning was to support them if they needed something. So
Okay, see, I
that's,
misunderstood because I thought Brandon said he wouldn't be able to cover all those crossings, and that Banning was supposed to help with the ones that were not gas, and that the only ones Brandon 100% had to be there for were the gas, because he's the certified gas operator. So I look back and look at it, maybe my misunderstanding, there was a lot of back and forth over several meetings, so I don't wanna be unfair. I'll look, check on mine, I'll go back and watch it, and if I have questions, I'm sorry.
Brandon was really vocal about having to be there 100% of the time.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I,
this isn't the first time, like, Mike coming in tonight for this meeting and seeing them boring over our stuff, without even spotting it to see where it is, they just bore directly over it. I'm like, and this isn't the first time, I've shut them down at, what was it, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night? Because they had the road all blocked off with no signage. I mean, I can't do it all, I can't be here all the time.
Yep.
And it's getting kind of problematic at this point. So. Yeah. All right, the last thing I got really, so we paid off our most recent pickup truck purchase. We paid it off. I wanted to get your guys' permission to start the process with the bond bank to see just to get the numbers, see where we're at. I'm purchasing another truck.
I would say we need to get with, so Bloomington Ford is the state bid holder.
Okay.
I'll get you Sam's contact information down there, to reach out and get pricing. And I know interest rates are doing interesting things. But obviously with the water rate, thing, we have the gas sale, and budget season. It won't hurt to have that information so that once we're ready, we can.
Yeah, I knew it was a process. I just want to kind of get it going. Because I know we've talked about hiring a couple seasonal workers. If we hire another full-time guy, we don't have enough vehicles for everybody to get around at this point, so.
Yep.
Yeah, get that rolling in.
Yep, do we need to vote on that, William, or is that just a?
Nope.
Since we're not taking any actual action, or just gathering information,
Okay.
you can go ahead and proceed.
Okay.
I might be out of my depth here, just a quick question. Lapel's not all that big. If we're gonna hire a seasonal guy, would maybe not like a decent side-by-side be something we should consider instead of another truck?
I can buy a side-by-side for the price I can buy an F-150.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I can buy a side-by-side for the price that I can buy an F-150 truck.
Did you get that?
Okay.
By the time you make it, if you're gonna get a side-by-side, you might as well get one with a cab, get it with a plow. You might as well make it where we can use it all year round. You're already at $40,000. Give or take a little bit.
Yeah, and a municipal bid on an F-150, I think is about 35. So.
Yeah.
But good pricing, just look at it.
Yeah.
We might get a surprise. I know, Kawasaki has a government fleet edition mule,
Yeah,
so.
Okay.
Find out.
that's all I got.
Okay, so before you go, you talked about the lift station pump. I just want to talk about that for a minute as Brandon said, they're coming out tomorrow to fix it. Tomorrow is the first day that they're available after the pump came in to do the repairs. So, if you go back 2 weeks in time, when the pump went down, every lift station has 2 pumps.
We have redundancies. Yeah,
Yes.
everything's, and the pump
Because,
itself, the pump pumps. It's the flange kit that goes in between the pump and the pipe.
so that it
So when it
actually,
was pumping water back into the lift station, not all out to the pipe. Does that make sense?
oh.
Yeah.
So the cost to repair that is outside of our town's structured purchasing policy. So when you have something that's outside of the purchasing policy that any one individual can authorize either as so our purchasing policy has 3 levels. So it can be approved by a department head if it's a budgetary item that is already there. So like Kelly doesn't have to come to the council when he has a vehicle that needs tires, because he has a budget for tires. So he has to verify with the clerk treasurer that the funds are in the correct account. He can buy the tires, doesn't have to go any farther. The repair to that vehicle, if the repair to the vehicle were $2,000, that takes a little elevated level of approval. And then once you get to the $4,999.99, anything in that, up to that range, I, as the town executive, can approve. Well, the repair being over $6,000 means that expense would have to wait for a full vote of the council to authorize, unless it is deemed an emergency, where we can declare the emergency and then get the purchase going. And then we just have to vote and recognize that that expense was encumbered at the meeting, all right? So had we waited for the 2 weeks that it took for the pump to actually come in, and we did the vote today and then approve it today, we would have another 2 weeks that we were running the risk that our redundancy would be lost, and then we would have an actual public health emergency.
And if we get if we get a lot of rain at one time, both those pumps will run.
So
just one of the things that I knew how parts were, like it had to be ordered.
Yep.
ASAP.
So to prevent an actual health emergency of the sewer system not performing the way it's supposed to, that's why we declared an emergency to get that purchase sped up. Otherwise, like I said, we'd still be waiting 2 more weeks for that repair. So, at this time, I would I will make the motion to acknowledge the emergency declaration and the purchase of the pump repair for an amount, sorry, I don't have it in front of me, just over $6,000.
Second.
Christie,
Yes,
Chad,
Yes,
Lindsay.
Yes.
thank you, sir, and just update me when it's fixed.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
I have a couple things about Brandon's report, if you don't mind.
Go for it. He's back.
The first is the citizens Q&A that we're getting ready to have. In the interest of, for those citizens who may not be able to attend the meeting, could we possibly put something out and offer them to submit questions ahead of time if they're not able to make the meeting, so we can make sure those questions get asked, and then maybe post an FAQ summary on our website so they could get those answers?
Yeah, I don't have any issue with that.
Yep.
It'd be more of a Teresa thing, I think.
That was more of like they can ask
Yeah,
any question.
I can do that.
Any question again.
I would say
I
anyone
can do
that is a gas customer that is gonna have questions, if you can't make our next month's meeting, submit your questions that you may have for citizens to info@lapelindiana.org, and that way we can get your questions to the folks at Citizens.
Perfect. And then, just real quick regarding the pump thing, which Brandon, I'm sorry, you can sit down. I hope you're not standing.
That's right, I came back for you.
The workshop that we had when we talked about communication, at that workshop and at the meeting the next day, I believe I asked both days, who is over utilities and who is the utility liaison? And both times I was told that it was Jenny. So when I got questions that night regarding the communication that was put out about the emergency order, which, by the way, I fully appreciate, Teresa, that you put that out as quickly as possible to try to communicate to the community. I do appreciate that. Thank you. But when I got those questions, Jenny didn't know anything about it. I called her the next morning and said, hey, when did you find out about the pump thing? And Jenny found out when the executive order was done. If I'm not mistaken, our process should be that Jenny should be made aware of maintenance issues. Those should be then communicated to see where the funding is, and then collaborated between you, her, and Teresa to determine the executive order. Having done that, we would have had an opportunity for Jenny, who is the face of the town, to recognize the need to put out a statement with the executive order when it was posted, to indicate just a brief summary that, hey, nothing to be freaked out about, it's just this. My concern is, I want to address that we went outside of our process so that we can make an endeavor to try to recover and go back to that process in the future to prevent further confusion.
And I would chalk that up to Jenny being the new ingredient in our process. Brandon was unable to get a hold of his council liaison and reached directly out to me. And I told him that, yes, I'll get with legal, get this approved so that we can get it done. So at that point, my thought process was, we do have a concern and an emergency, so I processed it as fast as I could. So it wasn't done
And I
out of,
appreciate that.
yeah.
I do.
Wasn't done out of disrespect to Jenny or process. It was just, I know how bad our situation would be if that lift station went down. So-
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's a learning opportunity for us as we're trying to improve cooperation, coordination, collaboration, and communication.
That's a lot of C's.
But they're all things we gotta get better at.
That's what I was gonna say. It was something that needed to be done as soon as possible, and Chad can approve it, and Teresa was in the office, so that's where I went.
Absolutely.
But yes, something that we have to remember the steps in the process for. All right, thank you, Brandon.
Yep.
All right, Parks, Miss Katie.
I do not have an update unless you have any questions for me. We are still looking for a park board member though. We still have one in PC.
I reached out to somebody and haven't heard back from them yet, but they would fit the party affiliation requirement as well. So, but
Anything else for me?
thank you. All right, redevelopment. We had our scheduled meeting earlier tonight, and the redevelopment commission voted in the affirmative to cover the full cost of the ADA plan update for the town. $28,775, I believe was the amount. And that is a report and a process that is an acceptable expense for redevelopment as it betters and beautifies the town and helps us get grants, so. All right. Administration, Miss Jenny.
Thank you. I wasn't gonna bring this up, but I do feel compelled, as I did in the workshop, to point out, I'm really not in charge of utilities. I'm happy to be, but I think we need, and I've written some communications about this, to work together to figure out what exactly you'd like me to do. I wanna do what you want me to do, you know? If you don't want me to do certain things, I won't. If you want me to take on certain responsibilities, I'm happy to. But the statement that I'm in charge of utilities that's not accurate. That's not how things have, I think, turned out with utilities. So if we could continue to work on that, I think it would be good if we could, reach an understanding of what exactly that would entail and what you would like me to do. I'm not gonna be redundant and go over the things in my report. A lot of that we acted on tonight. Thank you so much for all the support. I did want to give 2 shout outs. One is to Marcellus for leading the plan commission and getting everything done, not only on time, but it's a very good work product. It's been very well received by people in the community. So thank you, Marcellus. And then I also wanted to give a shout out to council member Washmuth. She is providing us great leadership on the newsletter. And then Dan Plumley for making our newsletter dreams come true. We're being introduced to a lot of new tools that I think are gonna make us not only more connected, but we'll be able to be, I think, more efficient and also to be more timely, because these tools are so easy to use and the system will be in place. Whenever things happen, we'll be able to be more nimble.
Great
So,
efficiencies as a
great
result
efficiencies,
through
yes.
technology.
Exactly, and I'm a Gen Xer, I struggle, technology kills me daily, but Dan sat down and showed us kind of how the tools would work, and we're all very excited, so thank you, Lindsay. Shifting gears just a little bit, one thing I've been working on is the State Road 13 project.
The corridor,
The corridor project.
yes.
And I just thought it would be nice to read what the group came up with for the vision and mission plan, because I think we all know development is coming, but nobody wants to lose the character of their town and they don't want to lose control. So I'm going to read it. It makes me happy. I hope it makes you happy too. Through collaboration and strategic investment, the State Road 13 corridor will be reimagined as a safe, efficient, and attractive gateway that connects people, places, and opportunities. The corridor will enhance mobility, support sustainable economic growth, preserve community character, and strengthen community vitality while creating a resilient transportation network for future generations. So that's the direction of our work on that front, and I will keep you posted as we continue to meet. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Madam Clerk Treasurer.
Okay, I have like about 3 updates here. I wanted to let you guys know I've started working on the SOPs in the office. Also, Michelle from Crohn's and she's been in touch with Trust Indiana. She sent out what would you call it, update? She sent us, I don't know.
Yeah. I would call it update, yeah.
I need to check, because I don't know if you guys were in that, so I will forward that email to you guys tomorrow. And then, the big thing her and I have talked about is, for now, keeping the money from the sale of the gas intact.
Separate and.
Intact, and then, be thinking of things to use the interest for. Her and I came up with a couple of them. One was for the Parks Department and for roads. If you guys have any other ideas, we're gonna have to do an ordinance to create a fund for that money. And then once we're waiting to hear back from State Bank to see what their interest rate would be. And then once we have theirs, we had another bank, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But so far, Trust Indiana had the higher interest rate, so, those are the only 3 things I had.
And just to, our goal is to set up something with that sale that works very similar to the Cascade Fund, where the interest rate off of that funds future growth. So that it's not just a windfall of money all at once, it's something that benefits the town
Right.
in perpetuity, for lack of a better term.
Well, and kind of like the way it would kind of be set up is we do an ordinance that keeps that money intact for so long, and we use the interest off of it, but then we can state, I think in the ordinance, where the money would go.
Yep.
Where the interest money would go. That's kind of why would like some more input as to where you guys want that interest to go. Depending on the interest rate, it could be quite a bit of money, so, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? No. All right, thank you. All right, next, approval of the main minutes. These were completed a little late this afternoon. Christie, did you receive the May minutes and have an opportunity to review them?
I did.
Okay. Anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, or adjustments to the May 2021 meeting minutes? I would entertain a motion to approve the May 21st meeting minutes as presented.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Christie,
Yes.
Chad,
Yes.
Lindsay.
Yes.
All right, next, the approval of claims. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the claims as presented?
Yeah, speak on that.
Yeah.
You may speak on that.
I sent you 2 different ones. I sent you a long form, which is 35 pages, and then the shorter form. After conversations with Christie, the last couple of months, I just thought, having more information was better. And I think it lists every single thing. You can see, it doesn't cut off what was paid, and who it was paid to. Like the shorter version that is the one you have to have.
Right. Where the short form totals it. So if you have 10 payments to the same place, you get one line item.
Yeah, and
Whereas
then
this
it's
will
very
break out.
confusing because like, it would show the full amount in the sewer and then the full amount in the water when actually it was split between the 2. So now each voucher is separated in there with your total underneath it, so.
I like it. All right, there's no questions. I will make the motion to approve the claims as presented
Second.
in either form.
Christie,
Yes.
Chad,
Yes.
Lindsay.
Yes.
All right, and in the repetition department, the approval of the allowance docket.
I'll make a motion to approve the allowance docket as presented for me.
Second.
Christie,
Yes.
Chad,
Yes.
Lindsay.
Yes.
All right, any council member comments or concerns?
Well, I will say after our meeting, and thank you, Jenny, about the newsletter and recognizing Dan as well. That was, I've not had a meeting in this town that was so uplifting for a very long time. So thank you, Dan, for all the work you did on the newsletter and the website. It's beautiful, and I think once we get all the, wonderful work added there, I'm very excited about a lot of the things that he's got, so, thank you. That's all.
Chief?
May I add just one thing for the record? I forgot about it. I know I've asked before, but I'm gonna ask again, please. If you look at the town permit form, it has everybody, including the fire department, but nothing ever comes to me. So, example would be when I had to go to Ms. Haddock to ask about this, she stated, I turned that permit in such and such days ago. All I'm asking is that the police department, please have an opportunity to sign off on it.
Add a section.
Please add that, so it, A, keeps us informed, and B, if I foresee any issues, I can at least bring it to your attention.
I didn't get it either.
Um,
They were brought in and given to the front desk on Lisa's desk Monday morning. All of them were there by
And that may
Monday.
not be the case here, but it just reminded me that I would really like to be able to see, just in case there's anything that, very rarely do I have any conflict, but if there is one, I would like to have the opportunity to look at it. If it's not something you want, great, that's yours, I'm just making a request.
William?
I actually had to go out. I had actually contacted 2 of the 3 of them to even remind them that they needed to turn one in.
Okay.
But Lisa said they brought them all in on, I think it was Monday last.
Yeah. But when you're looking at the form and it's got the check offs, it's got everything and it's got the check off for the fire department that we're not on.
William, do we have to vote to update that form?
No,
No, so it
no.
can be updated and
Yeah, if for,
administratively approved.
exactly, if you wanted to, I'll put it in front of a meeting, we can have a resolution, because it's just an administrative matter, but not necessary.
Thank you.
Okay. Other comments? All right. At this time, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you, everybody. And we'll get the date posted in the newspaper, the website, Facebook, and we will send out a town alert as soon as we have the special meeting for the water rate advertising.